All right. So, I got a spot to the west that I think will work quite handy. So, might as well just start trekking. Much better. What if I just take that? Alright. So in a new world, you kind of want to have a couple things in mind. First, you want to get wood. So obviously, gotta punch a tree. Next, probably want to get tools. And then third, probably want to figure out some kind of food resource. So let's get started on that tree punching because I see a cave right over there. I think it'd be a good place to dig a little bit around. So first, crafting table. Blah, blah. Do all of the basics here. So first you're going to want to start with getting plenty of oak logs. Next, turn some of those, or all of them in this case, into sticks. Then take the sticks and you're going to start with a pickaxe. I always just start with a wooden pickaxe and make the leap to stone. Wood isn't exactly very handy. It is so terribly slow. Okay, alright. So if you don't want... Oh, look at that right there. How convenient. If you don't want to haphazardly walk into a cave like I did, what you can do is make some more... Oh, let's make those into... Make some more of those sticks there. And give yourself some torches to work with. Sweet. And if you notice at the top right there, we had a little thing pop up here. And that is actually your crafting guide, which is quite handy. So in here you can kind of tell it what you need and it'll just slot it into the crafting table for you. It's very handy, and you can even use shift click on those things. Just skipping stone altogether and going with iron here. Yeah, might as well. Okay, let's hope that nothing decides to pop out at us while we cook some. So our first night bite might be eventful to begin with. Let's take some more of these iron bits here. Let's make an axe for ourselves. This is actually about where I like to have my tools. This is going to shut off here, so we're not going to have any more light. Let's grab the light bad boy. Let's get out of Dodge. Oh, and there's our first friend, our first visitor. Why did it have to be raining? Whoa! You got up here. Okay, I'm out. No, thank you. You know what? I could try to make a break for it, and I think I'm going to do just that. Oh! Oh no. Oh no, I made a mistake. Okay, well then we'll just keep on moving. Oh. Oh, oh sweet. Oh, perfect. Oh, and there's little bees out. Is that it? Yes. Oh yeah. Okay, here we are. So here we are. Home, sweet home. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. We got quite the place going on here. So a nice little starter location. So now that we are here, we've got a location and we've got a couple resources. Let's start making a camp. So drop in the goods here. Drop the goods here. And what you want to start with is a bed right off the get-go. Nothing fancy, just a plain old white bed. And that'll get you through the night. The next step, after you set your respawn point, is probably looking at that food bar. We probably want to get something to eat going. That's not good. Well, we happen to have run out of both wood and logs. It seems. We got hit boxes showing here. There we go. That's probably what I was seeing. Okay, so no logs and no saplings. Mr. Pig, we got a problem. All right, new day. Let's go. Grab that, and our first order of business is going and getting some wood. Exploring this delightful waterfall. Jeez, one into the other. Oh. We did it. We took out our first zombie. Oh no, and he's got friends. Okay. Let's fix that so we don't have too many problems. Oh. Well, look at that. Cool. That's really helpful. place is just like full, it seems. No, and now we're out of food. Oh, the struggle. Oh, hey, dude. Alright, and since we're out here, we might as well. You gotta start somewhere. So we gotta start with some seeds. Okay. Quick excursion out, and what we come back with are some oak logs and some spruce logs. And if you'll notice here, I got me an apple. So oak trees and I think birch trees? Maybe not birch trees, but oak trees can drop apples, which is a great source of food for the early game, especially if you're like me and you don't have anything to grow. The next thing we want to do though is we want to take some of these sticks we got from the leaves, and this is what you can get from oak leaves. Normally you can just get sapling and sticks, but with oak trees you can get oak saplings, sticks, and the off chance of an apple. So what we're going to do is we're going to oh no. Well, what we were going to do was going to make a hoe, but we need some stone. Let's just borrow that for the moment. Okay. Now we're making a stone hoe. And we'll want to grab one of those water streams that we saw. I don't think we'll go for the river there, because that's going to be a lot of jumping and going up and down that we have to do. But a quick tutorial on the hoe is, oh, there, you see it there? You right-click on grass or dirt blocks, and it tills the soil for it. If there's a water source block, or just water running next to it, it will hydrate the soil for 4 blocks away from it. If the soil isn't hydrated, it might just pop itself back to dirt and dry out. So it's essentially crucial that you have water nearby. Another thing you can do to help with the growing speed is to make torches and give it some extra light. But you know, that's a tip for when you've actually got stuff growing. For now though, we need to go run into that bed. Alright, so we've got our trusty hoe, and we've got our tilled soil here. We've also got some light sources. Next, what we've got to do is plant the seeds. And realistically, you could just shove them all in here like that. But the way the algorithm works is it checks to see if there are any seeds of the same type in any of these 8 blocks around it. So you've got one seed here, and it checks constantly for seeds here. Yeah, I think it's per tick. And if there are seeds here of the same plant, it slightly reduces the chance that it'll grow. So if you've only got a couple seeds like this, a really good way to, kind of accelerate your growth early on is to separate them as much as possible. And then once you have enough to make full rows, you can do this and alternate, and they'll just think that there's essentially open soil here, which is actually the fastest way. So if it's got hydrated soil, it has a much higher chance of growing. So that's a quick little how-to farm in Minecraft. Let's see, let's extend this a little further. We got the 4 blocks away from the water there. Let's go out 4 diagonally. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should end up being hydrated. Let's see if we can't make some more torches. So what you saw me do there was a right click and drag, which you can normally do one if you want to just drop it, or you right click and you drag it across blocks, and that takes one out of the stack and places it in each square that you drag over. You can also do that with the left click, where you click and you drag it, and it splits it evenly between all the squares that you've drug it over. So right here we've got 4 stacks, or 5, because I dragged it over 5. But if I do it just 4 here, you see that it makes it even between the 4. So it's really handy if you've got, like, say you've got 8 furnaces and you want to just have the coal ready. Just drag it out there to 8 and you just slob them in there. The other thing you see me doing is you can double click on an item. So if your inventory is a mess, say kind of like that, you've just been mining coal all day and you want to put your coal into a chest rather than doing this for every single stack, what you can do is pick up one, hover it over the same type of item that you want to stack up, and then you double click it. You gotta do it at least kind of fast. It might take a couple of goes at it, but yeah, it's a much easier way of moving things around. And there's always the shift click option, which you can do into a normal crafting table and out of this crafting table. But you can also shift click when you got your recipe ready. And that's like a lot of your inventory management that kind of makes things go a little bit faster for you. So you'll see me pop into my inventory really quickly, move something, and then pop right back out. It's always, maximum efficiency is the goal. Just put that there. So as you see, we've already got some growth going on here. And it's like stage 2 or 3 of like 5. So soon, we gotta be patient. But while we're here, we might as well light the place up so that it is faster growth and safer. And you know what? Oh, I threw him. Let's go ahead and do that right here. What you see me do here is pressing F is the normal binding for that, and that puts items off into your offhand here, which if it's a block, you can just right click as normal and it'll place it. So that's another handy little trick there. So I'm kind of going for spots that are normally like in shadows, because this will be the first place that mobs spawn as it begins to get darker toward the end of the day. Oh, speak of the devil. No, thank you. Sweet. I don't even know where. Oh, he came from in there, that little rat. Okay, well, this is why you light things up for things to spawn. Oh. Oh, oh! Oh, got a spider. Our first spider kill. Did we get string? Of course we didn't. That's okay. We don't need it terribly yet. What? Oh, what? No way. Okay, well this is great. So this is a little thing called a mob spawner. And This kind of works like how mobs normally spawn, but it needs a player nearby. So if you see it spinning here, I think it should be spinning when we're all the way out here. Yep. If it is dark enough around this in a 9x9 area with this in the center, it will spawn zombies or skeletons or spiders are the 3 types that you can find in the overworld. This will be really handy. This is a great find. There. Make some more. So now I'm very glad that I had all of this coal. But as you can see, my inventory is starting to get a little bit cluttered. So let's start some inventory management. So you're going to have to take 2 oak logs, make them into planks, and then go into your crafting table and make just a square out of that. And that gives you a chest. Let's see, I'll show you just one more time. So that is how you make that. And you can use any kind of wood like it shows here. There's wood types we haven't even discovered here. But it just makes a simple old chest. We'll plop that next to the working area. And let's put some of the tools and stuff we don't need over there. Gunpowder we'll come back to, along with the other mob spawn or mob drops. You know what? Let's start some beetroot. I think that's a good thing to start. And we want to start farming some wood. Yeah, okay. Perfect. All right. So it looks like our plants have been doing well, and these are ready? Just about ready. Yeah, just about ready. So the final stage looks ever so slightly different from second to last. So this one, if you break it, you'll get wheat from. And this one, you get no wheat from and just seeds, and then you feel sad. So, sweet. And what you saw me do there is called pick block. You hover your mouse over it. Say we want to pick whatever plant this is, and we're not sure. What we do is we just put our cursor over it, and for me, it is the center mouse wheel. I just click that, and it says, oh, wheat seeds. Okay, here's some wheat seeds. And then you go on your merry way, and I didn't even have to open my inventory for that. Say I've got torches in here, and I see torches out here, but like a one dark spot. I can just pick block, and it's easy enough to go. You don't have to even open your inventory. So it's another handy dandy little trick. So I tend to go pretty heavy on the lighting because I'm not a fan of surprise zombie attacks. So a little bit of bone meal goes a really long way early game. A specific shape here. Cool. So now it should flow like that because it wants to flow down toward this, and instead of going out here, it just puts all the water down here. So then what we can do here is go out 4 blocks again using your hoe. 3, 4. And till the soil. We've got another little landing foot. You know what? We can actually make all of this into farmland, so we're maxing out. Make maximum use. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, nice. And just plop it like that. Cool. Okay, so while we wait for the sun to set, let's take our wheat and make some bread. And you saw me do that little drag across there. It took the 9, evenly distributed them, made some bread. And you can do that in any of these levels here. Doesn't really care. Sweet, sweet food. Maybe. Yes. Alright, so you see my health bar refilling there. Our food bar has to be full before we regen any health. So make sure you got plenty of food. Plenty of food when you go on adventures. Otherwise you might find yourself dying because you broke your ankles. Next, we want to start shelter of some sort. And that might be the toughest of these, but I kind of got an idea. You need to do some mining first, though. So let's do that real quick. So to start your caving process or digging process, I recommend that you do start by caving. Usually it's easiest to find resources that are just kind of presenting themselves, like that coal you see right there, over there. Other methods are kind of where you either strip out and mine everything, so including the dirt, the gravel, the grass, all of that stuff, you tear it out. And that yields quite a bit of resources, but it's very time consuming. The other one is kind of like a little shaft, little like strips of mining. So it's not a strip mine, but you've got little lines that you're essentially just digging out. And that's fairly efficient. That's more efficient than digging out, for a strip mine. Because, each block that you reveals X amount of new ones as opposed to strip mining where you're only getting 1 or 2 blocks every time you mine out one. So lots of different ways. We're going to start with cave delving though, because we've got lots of caves over here. And, it kind of just seems natural to put the mine further down just right up here where we've got all these natural openings up. So I'm going to head down here. So we're out of tools, and we got a decent haul of stone there, so we're gonna set up shop over here after we replenish some working tools. You know what? Let's take a look at this. Where would be a good spot for it to break through if we had a little cut in? Well, hey, look at that. That worked out well. Excellent. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna stick with a tried and true classic of mine, and that's just to build a tower. I tend to lean toward kind of medieval or of that genre. So, might as well stick with my strengths here. And we're gonna have a look like it's tucked into the mountain here. So we're gonna only have half of it showing out. So we got a tower constructed. It's a work in progress, that's for sure. But let's put a roof on it. And you know what? I think I want to use a darker wood for this. So you'll notice that the different types of woods have different colorations to them. Oak is kind of a middle of the road, very yellowish. Spruce gets a little darker, and I quite like it. It's got a very warm tone to it. So we're going to make some stairs. You just take 6 blocks and you make them into kind of a little diagonal like this, like stairs, and voila. Oh, that's not very nice. And see ya. Huh. Well, cool. That was rude, but now we've got a crossbow. Neat, I guess. We've also got Bad Omen, which, Bad Omen. Good thing we don't have any villagers here. That's the time for a different day, though. Let's see, what were we even doing? That was so jarring. Okay, we were making stairs because we're trying to decorate the top of this here, and we're gonna make a little cap to it. But for now, oh, we're totally not gonna have not enough blocks. For now, this at least gets us a start there. And hey, look at that. So what we're going for is half slabs, or just slabs as it's called. And you do that 3 across there, almost like you're making bread, but similar to bread, it does not matter which row you put it in here. And this really does not need to be fancy. This is a starter build after all. And we will work our way up to bigger and better things. I'll fix that in just a minute. For the time being, that's good enough. So let's plop a door over here. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna make it look like it's kind of a patchwork floor, because it is. Kind of make it look like it's not terribly well held together. And we're almost out of goods to build another tower on this site, so we might not. We might just make this a little walk-in closet. Okay, well, let's go grab some spruce. And I never planted that. Let's gamble it. Let's gamble it. See if we can't use this bone meal and get a full tree out of it. We did, and with the last sapling, or bone meal. It was also the last sapling. Awesome. So let's just do this before I forget. Pick those up. Pick these. And put that. And voila. Tower cap. To begin, or to finish off this little tower here, let's slap a door on it. I kind of like the idea of spruce doors. Looks a little less formal than normal oak. Kind of has a cabin in the woods feel. Oh, hey, that works out. Okay, let's do it like, yeah, that works. Not quite what I was. What is that? Cool. So we can pick these up. No, we'll leave that for now. And let's put all our goods in our new little house. And this is something that is good to just do at the start of your Minecraft world, is just move all your stuff into a little safe area and then start expanding. Have kind of like a beginner house. Something kind of like a stepping stone. Because it's good to have some cover and some structures to help you out. And you know what? I kind of like the idea of using half slab in here, just so it kind of looks unkept and scrappy. And actually, what we're going to do here is something that they added into the game more recently, and we're going to strip the logs there. So they kind of match with the planks a little better there. And I just removed the bark from that. So you just right click it with your axe. And yeah, kind of looks like it's holding up the room in here now. Let's see if we can't. We're gonna go cheap. This is early game, you know. We only have so much. Cool. Well, I like that. And this definitely has like a work in progress vibe to it. You know, like this is the underbelly of a structure that's being built. Yeah, I like this a lot. Do this. Oh, well, here we are, out of wood again. That'll do for now. I'd say I'm quite pleased with that. Let's slap some stairs down. And there we have it. A starter build. A little less fancy on this side, but yeah. So, altogether, we have gotten our food, which is ready to be harvested. Look at that already. That's quite a bit of good food. We've got our tools going here. We even got ourselves a weapon to defend ourselves once we've got arrows. And we've got ourselves a starter base. This is a baby base. I'm excited to see where this goes. But this is definitely our first stepping stone. So those are kind of your three main concerns when you're starting out: is your base, your food, and your tools. And it seems like we've been successful on all of those. So I'm gonna end that one here, and here's to what the next project will look like.